Hi everyone and welcome to day 3 of our daily highlights of the NAMM show 2020. My name's James Ivey.
I'm Dan Cooper.
And I'm Julian Rodgers.
And for any of you who have been following our footage so far, I have not got my voice back.
No, it's suffering, mate. You tomorrow, try not to say much.
I won't be talking tomorrow at all. I'm going to look at guitars and drums.
That'll do.
And stuff like that. So our daily highlights show, if you will, I'm going to start with something that I travelled 8,000 miles to see, and they're based 2 miles from my back door.
That's me.
The other direction. It's a company called Voclear, and they make a thing called the Doubler Studio Kit. Now, this is a handheld USB microphone, and it hooks up to a piece of software that sits as an instrument in front of your DAW, so it talks to your DAW via MIDI, and it means you can effectively beatbox with a drum machine in real time. So it learns different sounds, so it can learn a click sound.
Yeah.
Or it can learn. So you can go.
Yeah.
And it translates that into MIDI notation and can play back a drum part.
That's brilliant.
It's
That's
very,
brilliant.
very
That's
cool.
Brilliant.
It will also allow the voice to control pitch input. So effectively, you can sing a melody line, and it will convert it into notation or MIDI, so you can start singing your parts into your DAW. Or,
So it basically means your voice is a MIDI controller.
yes, that's
I
exactly
love
what it
that.
is.
I love
And
that.
It also means you can control different effects parameters of your effects. So if you want to go whoa and have it control the filter on
You sound like that old VST instrument, the Monks. What was it called? The Monk?
The delay llama.
That's right. That's a great plugin.
That's exactly what it was. It's a very, very cool kit. I think at the moment it's still in the Kickstarter stage. They're doing an early price of around about £250. I think it will go up to about 300 quid at normal retail. That's a steal. It's a really, really fun, cool thing.
For those that haven't got any skill in keyboard playing,
Like me.
right? No, but think about it. If you didn't have any skill in keyboard playing and you want to take some lessons to get there, and then you buy a MIDI controller, and do you know what I'm saying? This is a cheaper way of doing it. Use your voice. It's expressive.
I was so impressed. It's such a cool thing. The latency is really low. You can do it in real time. It was so cool. More to follow on this one. They are so close. I'm going to pop down there when we get home, and it's brilliant. Really, really cool thing.
Excellent. That's a really good find. My first find of the day. Nothing new, unfortunately. New and exciting, but it's new and exciting to me. Some of you may know that I am transitioning a little bit from Pro Tools to Studio One. It's not as simple as that because I'm quite invested in the Avid hardware, being HDX Avid IOs. And I've been planning for the last month or so how I'm going to do this because the Avid IOs, I've got 2 of them, don't quite play nice with Studio One, Freudian slip. And I've been aware of the 4848 for a little while. However, being at NAMM, it gives me a nice opportunity to go around and check out all the interfaces in one place. And I did. I've looked at you name them. I've looked at them over the last day. And I just said it, 4848 by PreSonus. I keep coming back to that. That is my Avid IO replacement because I've got all my outboard gear, my Tegler stuff, and my pre's. I want to keep all of that. I just need a box that you can plug it all in, over D-subs, happy days. Turn it on and get to work. And for $1,500...
Sorry, 48 channels for 1,500 quid.
Yeah, 32 over D-sub.
Yeah, that's impressive.
That is incredible. What was the old Avid IOs a few years back? $4,500?
For 16 channels.
Yes, 16 channels. Yeah, so $9,000 for 32. So, yeah, I'm buying one. Not now, because that would be silly. I'll buy it in the UK. But that is my find of the show, find of the year, I think, because an interface really is the heart of any studio. That's where I'm going. It's just nice to be able to hold one and talk to the PreSonus guys. I mean, that's the beauty of coming to a place like NAMM. Don't go up to booths and just look at gear and point it and go, I've seen that on the internet. Talk to the guys at these brands, you know, because they'll tell you more information than you could ever find on the internet. And
that comes from some people who work on the internet.
Yes. Anyway, Julian, what is your find of the day?
Yeah, mine. This stunned me actually for kind of good, wholesome reasons. Just because there's this kind of like cycle that people get into of like, here's the thing, buy the thing, here's the new thing, throw away the old thing and buy the new thing, and we can carry on in that cycle forever. And brands who actually look after their users and make sure that the investment they make in their equipment is going to stay good for a long time does happen. And when it happens, it's worth shouting about. And I came across the best example of this I've ever seen. And I mean with Metric Halo. Metric Halo, they've kind of been quiet for quite a while. Not much has been going on. There's a real dedicated bunch of people who use Metric Halo stuff, which, let's face it, it's not the cheapest gear. It's very good. It's very respected. But, why are they so loyal? And this is the perfect example of why Metric Halo users like Metric Halo. They've introduced, basically where they've been and why they've been away busy doing stuff, is they've introduced a thing called 3D. What 3D is it's a replacement card. Basically, there's a couple of cards in their interfaces. And this card, you buy it, it's $499, and it replaces most of the guts of your interface, which effectively just becomes kind of like a chassis. The conversion stuff stays there, and the details don't really need to get into. The point of it is, it changes the I/O. If you've got, say, a FireWire interface, you buy this 3D card, put it in, and you get an Ethernet. They've got their proprietary Ethernet protocol, which I knew nothing about, actually, which we won't get to here, but it's cool.
AOIP.
Very clever. Yeah, I know. So you can cascade and daisy chain and spit audio around over this layer 2. It's not like Dante. It's kind of it's lower level than that, but really clever. And then whatever I/O you want, you can attach a daughter board to it. We've got a series of edge cards ranging in price from $100 to $599 for the MADI one. You've got SPDIF and an ADAT. You've got AS. You've got MADI, as I said. You've got whatever additional I/O you want, you can have it. You bolt that on. But the thing that you think, so what? The point is, anyone who's bought a Metric Halo interface in the last 18 years can bring it up to modern day specs. It's that thing about kind of like all the audio side of stuff is fine. That's not going to change. But as soon as whatever data connection you have on your interface is no longer current with the current generation of computers, you might as well put it in the bin. Not so with Metric Halo. There's loads of reasons. I mean, it's good value. You can update a really high quality interface up to current specs for $600 with a cheapest edge. I mean, work out the package yourself, but it's an awful lot less than a proper buying a new interface and putting the old one away like I have to in the last with other gear. And of course, let's talk about environmental cost. James, you were talking about that recently. Not sending your old gear to landfill. You're keeping it good. The bit of it that's good is still good. You're just replacing the bit that needed to be replaced because it no longer talks to the rest of the world. I think it's genius, and they should be applauded for it. It's a great thing. Metric Halo 3D.
Awesome. So at this point, I'm going to need a bit of help, Julian. So keep the mic. So apparently, and I wasn't aware of this, there is a technology called CAST, C-A-S-T, Cat5 Analog Signal Transport. Now, apparently, this is not new. However, it's new to me. And the clever folks at Cranbourne Audio, who are a fairly new British company, have developed some CAST breakout boxes. Now, what CAST is effectively a way of using a network-style Cat5, Cat6 or Cat7 cable to transmit analog audio.
Yeah, it's passing analog audio down Cat5 cables, which people have been doing for a while. But this is a new application of a not new idea. But yeah.
And they've got two breakout boxes, and they're designed to feed into and out of their dedicated 500 series chassis. This is one of those that I've clearly got to go away and do my homework on because I'm having to rely on my phone to talk about it. But I was really impressed. These things are really well built. Little kind of... so imagine having a stage box with your four vocal mics running into it, and then instead of running 4 messy wiggly mic cables back to the wherever, you can then just have one Cat 5 cable or Cat 6 or Cat 7 cable. They do recommend Cat 7, but pound for pound, meter for meter, that data cable is so much cheaper than using old-fashioned copper balanced cabling. I was just really impressed as a solution. It's makes it quick and easy to set up fairly complicated live scenarios, live sessions. It's not just a music thing, it could be a post thing, it could be an interview thing. Really impressive. The hardware is built like absolute tanks. And it also hooks directly into their chassis. So more to follow on this one. I've talked to the guy. They're based in the UK, not a million miles from where I live. So there'll be some new stuff coming from them and also from us in association with them very, very soon. My voice has absolutely had it. Dan, what's your second fight of the day?
It's not a product. It's an experience, and it's not NAMM. Not going to be cheesy. It's Dolby Atmos, and it's not the first time I've experienced this. When we landed in LA, we were invited by our very good friend Steve Jenowick to go to Capitol, go chill there for a little bit, see the studio, and we did. And we had the privilege of listening to a few mixes in their Avid S6 in the new Atmos room. I haven't heard any Atmos mixes before this, and it was breathtaking, absolutely amazing. And it really left an impression on me. I described it to you as like hearing music for the first time. The hairs on your back of your neck going up and down. It's unbelievable. I said to Steve, well done, you've actually disarmed me a bit here. I feel I've lost my critical listening skills. It was that intense and that beautiful. I mean, Rocket Man, Elton John, one of my favourite songs ever. Hearing that above you, hearing reverb move past you and around you, it was breathtaking. And here at NAMM, Steve is in the booth. I think he might have gone by now. He might be gone. But we heard a few more mixes in the PMC booth in Atmos. It's not as good, clearly, as in Capitol, but still, the hairs on the back of my neck. Frankie Goes to Hollywood, relax. Dare I say any more? Imagine that flying around you. Absolutely brilliant. I need more Dolby Atmos in my life. I need to find where I can get this fix in the UK. James, help me, because it's like a drug. Chasing the dragon now with Atmos. I need to hear more. I want to watch someone mix in Atmos as well. Actually be in the room, see it.
It's funny, actually, because Capitol are part of Universal Music, or the Universal Group. So is a well-known studio in London called Abbey Road. It's no big surprise that immersive audio, Atmos, is a huge push in the industry. So yeah, I'm pretty sure we can hook you up with your next fix, Dan, don't worry.
But if you're watching this day 3 roundup and you haven't come to NAMM yet, there's one more day, come down here, go to the PMC booth, tell them we sent you and that you want to hear Rocket Man. I'm not going to say any more than that. Julian, what's your final find of the day?
Okay, well, I mean, James, you've already done a USB microphone, haven't you?
Yes.
Yeah, I mean, I've been spoiled for choice on USB microphones. Just out of shot up here, actually, is the new AKG USB mic, which I'm becoming more familiar with, and that's an extremely impressive thing. But actually, I'm not going to do that one. Instead, I'm going to talk about Voyage Audio, who are they're a new company, and they've got a second-order ambisonics mic, which is a USB microphone. I was really impressed. It's proper. It's well under £1,000. It's 8 capsules, and it's got an ADA output on it, which I thought was very interesting, just because it's USB 3. You can use it with devices for capture, so like you plug it into any smartphone or tablet, and that's very good for like kind of mobile capture. But if you want to incorporate into a larger recording setup, with an element of compromise, you can, which is something you can't usually do. USB mics can sometimes be awkward to work with. This one, you can connect it up and you can send out those 8 channels via an 8-out optical connection. You would have to clock it from the mic, but that's not a problem. I queried them about that because that kind of concerned me, but it's got a good clock inside, and for all intents and purposes, there's no problem with running that as the master for the time being. And for, relatively little money for what is in effect 8 microphones, don't forget, and being able to do second order ambisonics, I think that's really interesting. The difference is we're familiar with like Soundfields and Sennheiser Ambio and stuff. That's a tetrahedral mic array with 4 capsules. This is second order, so there's 8 capsules. The difference is it's still a 360 spherical capture, but localization is improved. So it's just kind of like more focused, more accurate, easier to hear exactly where things are coming from, as long as it's replayed in the right way. But interesting device. I'd like a go on that. So Voyager, no, not Void. I keep calling it Voyager. That's the Star Trek thing. Voyage Audio, and that's their second order ambisonics USB mic.
So we've been joined on the sofa. I've always wanted to say I've been joined on the sofa. It's so Jonathan Ross by Paul Drew and Eli Kranzberg, part of our team here at NAMM 2020. Audrey, I think, she's gone, hasn't she? She's left it. But from all of us here at NAMM 2020, we hope you've really enjoyed what we've done. There'll be loads more stuff coming from us over the coming months of all the gear and the toys and all the things we've seen, touched, played with, and just generally had a great time around.
Yes, if there's anything that you've seen at NAMM that you'd like us to take a look at, please do let us know in the comments below. Definitely.
It's been an absolute blast. On behalf of all of us, I hope to see the NAMM crew next year. And from us, it's goodbye.